Hey man, I don't know if you remember me. Hey man, how's everything? What up, what up? Yeah, I remember y'all. What's good? Everything's solid. Everything's okay. Hey man, you good? I'm okay. Sorry I haven't shown up in the lives in a while. You're good, brother. You're chilling. Alright. Fuck, I gotta get up. Congrats on 3K, man. Really proud of how far you come out. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes you get lost in the sauce a little bit. You get caught up in, like, you know, like what you're not doing right. And, like, and you get caught up in, like, the hate, I guess, to a certain extent. And then, getting caught up in the hate. Oh, it's not good. But it's also, like, not normal to just have so many people just hating on you like that. Listen, ask me anything, stream? Sure, go ahead. I actually still have a fever. I hate life. It's day 12 of it. It's kind of some viral infection. It's a little better, but I'm still suffering very high headache. Damn, brother. Well, I pray that you get better, man. I'm sorry, okay? Is this an ask me anything stream? Yeah. Yeah, man, I hope you get better. Seriously, dude. Um, yeah, I get it. I've been watching your vids. It's crazy. I don't get why it's so bad. You're a great dude. Oh, thanks. Yeah, bro. Why do people be hating? Tell me why. Did you try deep fried baby? What the fuck? Thanks, bro. I wish I can get up and go to work and gym. It's cooking me more than mental than physical. Yeah, man. That's the thing is it's gonna get to you eventually, like mentally, the physicalness. We meet again, LMAO. What up? I don't know what that emoji is or why it's there, but okay. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a little off. Your boy's a little off right now. No, not a little off. I'm a lot off, actually. I'm not gonna say a little bit. That's a incorrect statement to make. A lot off. Bro, you having a glow up? Oh, thanks. I don't know if that was meant to be a compliment, but I'll take it that way, because why not? Yeah, I feel you've been stuck in bed for days with similar issues, haven't eaten. Hell yeah. Is it good or bad that I smell like weed, even though I've never. Okay, what the fuck? I don't know. Well, It depends on what your definition of bad is. Your thoughts on the black pill community? I don't know. I don't know if we should be talking about that. I don't know if that's because that could lead to a whole conversation. Well, you know what? But also I don't give a fuck. I talk about whatever. Um, so my thoughts on the black pill community is, first off, they're not like a community. There's no like group of people that talk about like black pill situations and like come together and make each other feel better. The whole black pill community isn't a community because they're all pretty isolated. So I would say my thoughts are it's a very bad way of looking at things because, it may be true. However, there are parts of it that's not fully true. And you kind of have to ride those parts. So it's like, you're not born with money. It's like, okay, the money pill. Like the pill that if you don't have a certain amount of money, then you'll never make money. It's like, well, we know tons of people that were homeless and then made money because they had a crazy good mentality. So I think it's the same thing with, attracting, people is that you can figure it out as you grow as a man. You know what I mean? Now, the black pill can be true for certain situations, and obviously like the videos represent it that way, so they'll do like the worst of the worst situations where it literally looks like, yeah, there's nothing you could do about this situation. This is purely luck based, you know what I mean? That's what they do, but it's not real, or it is real, but it's very low odds of being real. Cooper, I guess it depends why you smell that. I don't know. Wait, what's black pill? There is none ever in presence. Yeah, what's black pill? So black pill, for anyone that doesn't know, if I'm even correct about what we're talking about, basically this idea, right? This idea that some men have that there's no point in trying to, date women because they're all super, low, and only care about looks and, like just how good looking you are and just how, what I mean, like money status a little bit but not as much. That's more like red pill, I guess. But black pill is just like this idea that like if you're really tall and really good looking and you're basically like your social life is going to be 10 times better, your dating life is going to be 10 times better, and you don't have to do that much work. And it's really not true, okay? It really isn't. Like, everybody has to do work to a certain extent. I like the stream, I would say longer, but I'm tired. Bye white pill. Black pill is basically your social life and dating life. Completely depends on your face genetics. Otherwise, it's over for you. Not even money can cope it. Yeah, like, that's basically what it is. Like, to a certain extent. It's like, and it's hard for me to talk about like black pill advice or like giving someone that like claims to be black pilled, I mean, me to give them advice because they would tell me like, okay, well, you're, tall and good looking, so you can't like, you don't know what it's like. It's like, well, but I kind of do because I was not super tall, not super good looking at first. And now I am, and I can see both sides. And yes, obviously there's a difference in attention, but the reality is the internal is the most important thing. And this is why we see people that, always go against this black pill thing where we see short dude like, oh my God, how does he pull her? How does that ugly, short, fat dude pull her? It's like, well, clearly you're wrong with your whole black pill situation then, you know what I mean? I'm ugly, JK, me handsome. Oh, thanks. I mean, somewhat true, but also not. I've heard it, just forgot of it. I think it's really depressing. Rabbit hole, max out everything you can as a man. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. As true as it may be for certain situations, what's the point of indulging in that idea? Like, I would say the only person that should really indulge in the idea is someone that would consider themselves the good side of a black pill, like, because then it would just help your ego. But even then, it's still like you're still fucking yourself because you're basing it that's not your internal. So then you're always screwed at the end of the day because you're not focused on your internal. And when I say internal, I mean like your mental strength, like what you got in here, like how strong you are. You know what I mean? The black pill has very little to do with how strong you're gonna be. And then also another thing too, like they talk about like the genetics, like the wide clavicles and the narrow clavicles. That's just like it's like dumb because some people don't enjoy that look. Some people like I'm definitely more wider clavicle kind of guy, but like some people are, like they like bigger, like uh what's the word? Stumpy? No. Stubby? I don't know what the word is. But like thicker, stocky. Stocky, that's the word. You're glitching my audio. Oh, audio glitching, bro. Oh, my bad. Let me know if it's still glitching. My bad, guys. Let me know. But yeah, so I would say my main advice is if anyone claims that they're black pilled, I would say, have you gotten your best physique yet? Have you gotten your money yet up? Have you gotten your social network up? Have you gotten your charisma up? Have you upgraded all these things to then say yes? Like, I understand if you're a specific height and look a specific way and you've upgraded everything, you're jacked, you have all the money, and you're still like, no, there's specific people that I can't attract, then it's like, okay, you can now claim that this is real and this is the situation. But for the most part, that usually doesn't happen. They usually, if you put in enough work to get what you want, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's going to work out. There's very rare cases where someone truly is black. Like, let's be honest, the true people that are black pilled, like, let's be real, is the ones that, like, where it genuinely affects them, or people that are, like, severely short or severely, like, face discombobulation, like really ugly. Like, those are the people that are affected the most. And that is less than, like, 1% of the population. Okay? That's the reality. So at the end of the day, like, as long as you're not in that category, which let's be honest, most of you guys are not, you have the ability to upgrade yourself in an extreme way. What's severely short in your opinion? Like 5'6"? Fuck no. What the fuck are we talking about? Let's just talk about this real quick. Let's be real here. Unpopular take, but it's true. Every guy is a 7. Oh, or every guy can be a 7. Yeah, I feel you. I feel that analogy, 6'7". So no, 5'6" is definitely not severely short. So let's get something straight here. Average height in the USA is 5'9". Average height in the world for a man is 5'7". Average height for a man in the USA is 5'9". So let's just, now we have that. Now we have those numbers. So that means that what I would consider severely short for a man would be under 5 foot. That's when I would be like, okay. Now you can really, like, now I can really say, like, I'm sorry about, what's going to happen in your social life, dating life, all that different stuff. Like, that, at that point. But once you get to, like, honestly, like 5'3", 5'4", that's when I'm just like, you figure it out. Like, fucking become a wrestler, become a trainer, like, do something where you're literally like your height doesn't like matter, like Floyd Mayweather vibe. But like, yeah. And then for face, it's the same thing. It's like most people can fix their fucking face. Like, you have to have a really fucked up face to not be able to fix your face. You know what I mean? So that one's another thing that a lot of people can definitely figure out. 5'6", I'm a midget then, no. Doesn't even matter your height, you can be at least a 7. Yeah, I'm 5'2". But what about a girl? For girls, it doesn't really matter. There's no black pill for girls. The only black pill for girls really is if they're, like, born with an extremely ugly face. Like, that's their version of a black pill, I guess. Like, that's the reality, because, like, their height doesn't matter. You could be an extremely tall girl and you could be a model and you're fine. You could be short and, be fine. The issue is when you have something really fucked up that you can't change about that is the only issue that's the black pill version for girls. That's a reality situation. I'm 5'2" and I'm a kid, I think. Yeah, it's not your age. But yeah. That's my opinion on that. Like, but I've been seeing a lot of it more. I've been seeing a lot of the content more. I think it's extremely unhealthy. I'm being so serious because you start to see life that way, and then you kind of don't want to see it any other way. So then like you refuse all the other versions of it. You know what I mean? Like now, like here's the thing: if your version of life is always gonna be black pilled, every single time you're like walking out in public and you see like a taller guy with a girl, you're always gonna be like, oh, she likes him because he's tall. It's like, well, not always. You know what I mean? Like, and then if you were to see like a short guy with a hot girl, you'd be like, how does he pull her? Like, oh, he like what? Like that doesn't make sense. Like instead of just being like, oh, like maybe it's not always true. You know what I mean? Uh, Unfortunately, yeah, that's kind of true. The rule of every guy can be a seven can't really apply to women. No, it cannot. For women, it's a lot different. Like, but also the thing is, like, they actually, to be honest, I do see a lot of women glow ups like more recently, and I'm starting to notice like before I was like, nah, they can't do it. I'm starting to realize like some of them actually can. So like they have the ability. It's just but they don't have that thing that like makes them like want to change. Like as a dude, if you're fucking fat, all your friends are like you're fat as shit. You got to figure this shit out, and then they'll lose weight and they'll look better, and it's all good, and everyone's happy. You know, what I mean, for women, it's very rare that a woman's gonna be super fat, and all their friends are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're super fat. We gotta figure this out. We gotta get you better looking, like all of us, and we're gonna all vibe, and so everything's gonna be happy. Like that rarely happens. You know what I mean? If it does happen, it's like a miracle. You know what I mean? It's just so that's why I feel bad for women. I don't feel bad for women like the fact that like oh like you have the ability to lose weight and you can't. Like I feel bad because I know you don't have that same like cutthroat mentality like me of just the rebellious like testosterone of like I need to fucking win and prove people wrong. Like I know you as a woman don't have that. You just kind of want to live life and be happy and things go easy for you. So I know that it's a lot harder for you. That's when I feel bad for them. Uh Ooh, girl, buddy, done working or done worry. Don't worry. 5'2" is above for 11-year-old. I'm early. If you're 11, go to bed. Do homework. Get off YouTube. I'm almost as tall as you. You're 5'6". I'm 5'2". Hi. Time zones are different though. It's morning. School hasn't started yet. 2 more days. Last time I saw you, you were in a car. Yep. Yeah, I had a huge glow up, and I know it. Uh, Still, go organize your books, whatever. Get off YouTube. What did I do? It's his life. Chill, dude. It's called Screen 2. I'm sick. Damn, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, my recommendation though is to again, as long as you're not in the category that I just said of being severely short, severely ugly, or severely genetically, fucked. You know what I mean? Then you have everything in your power to be able to get better looking, upgrade your charisma, get smarter, get stronger, become a better person. All these different things are in your power. So you just need to focus on those things. Because I want to know who the fuck these dudes are that are making these videos. Because I'm seeing them a lot. I see them a lot, dude. I'm like, who the hell are these people? Are these people like that's the issue though, is that if you have that frame of like black pilled, like every single thing, like I hear people talk like that in real life. They're like, bro, I'm logging you right now. I'm like, what the fuck? Is that like someone just said that to someone? Like I just saw someone say that to someone. What the fuck? In real life. Like that's a crazy thing to say in real life. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like mogging is just a funny word in general. I mean, it's definitely fucked with some people's brains. I'm gonna go eat something, rest, bye, God bless you, strong, hell yeah, yes, no matter what, you can be a 7, there's a lot of bodybuilders that petite, I have hope in the next week and overcome them, I'm hop, off, hi, bye, man, there's this guy, face IQ, his channel is brutal black pill, it's just all depression, dude, what the fuck, what's it called? I kind of want to know what it's called. Should we look this up? No, we should not look this up. We should not look this up at all. I watched this one video the other day. I don't know why I did this. It was actually, this is funny that we talk about this. But I just saw this video of this guy. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at all. Anyway, I saw this guy making this video in the bathtub with like this green water. I don't know what the fuck this guy. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. And the title of the video was like why being short is a curse forever, or some shit like that. And then he just goes over his life on how he's been effective for being short. I was just like, this is fucking depressing as shit. But what I noticed in the video was what I noticed is, first off, this guy needs to hit the gym. That's the first thing I noticed. And then I'm like, okay, wait a second. So this guy's complaining this entire time. What if he took this 20 minutes he did to complain instead did push-ups? How much better would his life be? And that's when I realized, like, you can't be doing shit like that, even if shit's going bad. It is what it is. And so many people today are gullible and susceptible to following trends. I know exactly. That's the thing. Is like, think about, and you have to think about it from like adult trying to trick a kid. Okay, so the adult's like, hey, how do we make these people? How do we make them How do we make them? Okay, first off, like, how do we make them give up on dating? Because again, the ultimate goal is to make kids less, right? So they have more control over us, right? So they're trying to split up. That's why all the, social media stuff's going on. That's why all the, wars are going on with, race, gender, all this different stuff, right? Because they want to control us, because they want to separate us, divide us, less dating, less all this stuff, right? So, they push into that thing, and it really fucks up dating now, because, and I mean, no, like, there's nothing wrong with it, but women don't make it any easier when they say stuff like, oh, I need a tall man, because you know what's funny? The funny thing about that is they really don't mean that a lot of times when they say that. Sometimes they're just saying that out of like pure emotion. And that's what's really fucking sucks about it. Because they'll like date a guy that was short, and then they'll be like, oh, he was short, but like they still think about him, they still liked him, all this different stuff. And you see tons of women that are always like, oh my God, yeah, it's such a weird like height thing. And then I finally dated a shorter guy, and then, I got over it. Like, it was fine. Like, that's the thing, is like some of them really don't care. They just say it because they think they want it. You know what I mean? Because it's what sounds socially correct. You know what I mean? Because again, they want to be socially correct. And that is that is something that's like socially correct for them, is wanting a taller person. But yeah, it's a lot of dudes have to understand that. Like, and another thing too, that this is where so many dudes fuck up with the height and girls and all that shit, is a girl that you're already on a date with, makes fun of your height, okay? Like, I should make a test, okay? What do you do? Okay? A, be like, what? What are you talking about? B, laugh it off. C, make a joke back. The reality is, like, if she makes fun of your height, that's great. All you have to do now, especially if you guys are on a date, obviously. This isn't just some random woman. Random woman's a whole different vibe. This is a girl that you already know likes you and is on a date. That's why she's on a date with you, because she has some sort of interest in you. She makes fun of your height. As long as you're non-emotionally reactive and you're secure about your height, and you're like, yep. They're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. He's secure. Cool. Check, he's secure. Like, the second you get all, like, defensive and, like, what? Like, I'm not sure. Like, all of a sudden, it's like, they're like, whoa, is he insecure about his height? Like, they'd prefer a guy that was shorter, that was not insecure about his height, than a guy that was taller, that was insecure about his height. That's some crazy shit. But that's the reality. That's the majority of girls. That's some pill for you. That's some fucking pill for you right there. Take that shit. He's like the main one in the black pill, calling people ugly and rating them. Oh, is that guy Clavicular or whatever? That guy is not like, that guy. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that guy. There's two guys I know that are both in the like black pill situation, and they both look like shit. Like, or at least like one of them just looks like a fucking like zombie. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, his name's like Androgen Ijink. He's like all roided up. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Like, like, good for him on his whole, like, progress, but, like, your face is fucked up. And the other guy, Claviker, he looks a little bit more normal, but still, like, he just doesn't look right. And I don't know why he's pale. I don't know why he doesn't get tan. Why don't you just finish the fucking job? Like, you did all this looks maxing shit for what? For you to not be tan? Like, I don't get that. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Does that mean I'm strong with what? I have no girls. Actually, you'd be surprised that women actually look towards men for social cues. If they see Ken treat short guys a certain way, they also will. Yeah. That's really good advice. True. If I'm ugly, it means I just woke up. I don't even know what that really means. But, yeah. Don't get caught up in all this stuff too much, though. Because at the end of the day, it's a little anti-productive. Women are not the priority. No, they're not. And the thing is, even if you may feel that way, if you text them like that, you're fucked. So you might as well not. Like if you text her like she's your priority, you are fucked. I saw this one dude make a video and I felt so fucking bad for this dude because like I don't want to say anything because it's not my place. Like it sucks to say, but it's just not my place. I would love to, and I'm sure it would help him, but it's not my place. And I feel like if I were to get it, I would take it defensively. So unfortunately, or no, at the time I would, not now, but before. So anyway, he's like making a video. He's like, yeah, man, I just don't know what's wrong with my dating. Like, I just never seems to work out. Like, I love too hard. Like, I text her, ask her if she's good, and then like, 6 hours later, I'm like wondering like, is she still good? I'm like, this guy's fucked. You're so fucked. As a dude, you're fucked if you're thinking like that, bro. Women are gonna fucking hate that shit. Okay? Now they may act like they like the attention a little bit, but in an actual serious attraction situation, they want to be like attracted to you. Nah, that's not a vibe for them. So oh man, I felt so bad because I was like, man, I could just easily DM this guy. I don't have to comment because comments in this all. DM and just be like, hey man, like I see what's going on. I see that you're struggling. I would really like, to help you out because I think that you seem like a cool person and you seem like you just don't have this shit figured out. And I didn't do it. So he'll go on with his life. And, I just don't know. I don't know what to think about that, but that's the reality of the situation. I hope he can figure it out. But I've seen some men that refuse to like betray like go against the way that they used to think about like dating. Like they always had as a kid always had this idea of um like oh no, I'm gonna love her, like I'm gonna like make sure she's good, like that's my girl. Like they always kind of have that, and it's like I'm not gonna change the way, like no, like the right girl will come. Like they have that mindset, which but they always end up, what's funny is when the right girl comes, they always end up, pushing the things aside anyway. But it's just like, I don't know. I think sometimes you just need to change how the fuck you thought as a kid. Like, just because as a kid you thought, oh, things were supposed to go a specific way, maybe they weren't. So this whole idea of like, you know, oh, like, nah, like, I'm not just gonna start being, more distant just because, that would make her like me more because that's just not who I am. Like, I need to know if she's good. Like, that's just how I am. Like, okay, well, enjoy not having her attracted to you then for long term. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, simply put, like, I'm sorry, but what the fuck do you expect? Seriously. And again, I know when I do talk about this, I really am only referring to when we're talking about attractive women because when it comes to non-attractive women, it's a little bit different with these situations. Like giving them more attention can actually almost benefit you to a certain extent because they're so attention, desperate because they need it more. See, as a girl that gets a shit ton of attention, there's a whole different fucking game that you gotta fucking play. Okay, a whole different game, and that's the game that I more indulge in and maybe like to teach a little bit if asked. But and it's funny. You know what's funny? This is my favorite thing that this one guy said. I used to watch this guy a lot. He talks about like dating, relationships, all this stuff. He said this fucking thing and I loved it so much because I watched like a good couple of his videos and I was thinking I like this guy. I like what he's saying and this shit seems to work. But I don't like all these games. I don't like that I have to play all these fucking games. I don't like that I have to fucking like why do I have to like do all this shit to like make this shit work? And then I was thinking, I was like, wait a second. You were always trying to figure out how to make shit work. You were never not doing that. You were never not doing that. You just did it a different way, but you were still doing that. You never didn't do that. You were never not doing that. You were like this is a good example. So like say I were to go on like or just someone in general, we're going on a date 2-3 years ago and not know any of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like they might, you know what I mean, they might fuck up, say the wrong thing, all this different stuff. And they're like overthinking it. Like everybody's first date, every dude's first date, most likely they're overthinking it, correct? They're thinking about what they're gonna say. They're like have a game plan. They're like they hope it goes well, correct? Right? So why the fuck when this guy starts teaching all this shit and it seems like all these games, it's like nah, I don't want to play all those stupid games. Like fuck, you were always playing games. You never weren't playing games. You were always had hidden intentions in mind. You always were nervous. You always thought about a game plan. You were never not thinking about a game plan. That never wasn't happening. And I loved when he said that because it completely called out all the bullshit. It was like, wait a second. You were never not fucking doing that. That was never not happening. You were never not doing that. That's what a lot of fucking dudes that actually get fucked. A lot of times, the deeper message here with women actually happens is because they're always thinking, no, I'm a nice guy, like, and then they're like, but you know, like, and girls don't like or whatever, and then it's like, but that's still a game plan, you know what I mean? Like, you being a nice guy is a game plan. Okay, so when people try to say like the game plan is to be more colder, distant, all that different stuff, and you're like, fuck no, that's not. I don't like those games. Okay, then stick to your nice guy game. That's your game though. That's still your game plan. Okay, that's still what like you're not just doing it just to do it. Okay, that's the thing. Most guys don't want to admit that you're not just being nice to be nice. That's the reality of the situation. It sucks. Okay, and I know some dudes hear that and they're like, no, I'm actually a nice guy. Do you treat every single woman the same? Do you treat ugly girls and hot girls the same? You know what I do? This is what I do. I used to be really really bad about this. This is something I've improved on so much. So what I used to do is I used to be an idiot about this stuff. Holy, this is funny. I used to be an idiot about this stuff. So I used to, when I would see a girl that I didn't find that attractive, I would like not be like nice. And then when I found a girl attractive, I would be like nicer. Wrong. Fucking wrong. Here's how you do this shit. When you find a girl not super attractive, you be super nice to her. You be super nice to her. Make her fucking day. Make her fucking day. Okay? Now, when you see a really, really hot girl, those are the ones that you act like you don't give a fuck. Like you're mean. Now you're a mean dickhead. Now you're mean. Now you're a dickhead. Okay? You see a really hot... Because every single guy before is acting all nervous, all, you know, like whatever, all that different stuff, like putting on her pedestal. She's used to that shit. She's used to guys being like, oh, like, no, you don't give a fuck, and you're a dickhead, and you're mean. That's how you are, the hotter she is. Like, Megan Fox, the hotter she is, the more of a dickhead, and the more mean, and the more, like, serious, and you don't care you are. Like, and I'm telling, this is some weird sauce. The really, really, really hot women, if you like give a dirty look to them and they're somewhat attracted to you, they respond to that shit because no dude fucking does that. Every dude is being all nervous and beautiful and drinks and all this fucking bullshit. You're the one who's like, fuck you, I don't give a fuck. And they're like, they kind of find you hot. They're like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Now, for the really not good looking ones that you don't give a fuck about, make her day. Be super nice. Who gives a fuck? Make her fucking day. And that's the end of it. Sorry I'm late. Facts not same. Some cute girls are mean. It doesn't matter how they look if their personality is good. Some cute girls are mean. Some. For sure. Hell yeah. It doesn't matter how they look if their personality's good. Yeah, some people have that mindset, and you can have that mindset as long as that really makes you happy and you're being honest with yourself, then go ahead. Like for me personally, I have a whole different philosophy on life, and I, you know, I've actually grown a little bit. I used to think that people thought the way I thought and they were lying to themselves. I'm starting to realize that's not always the case. Sometimes it's the case, but it's not always the case. Sometimes people genuinely don't think like me and they're not lying to themselves and they actually don't really give a fuck about the specific things that I give a fuck about. I'm starting to realize that the older I get. Um, so yeah, you know, for me it's just a different vibe. Here's the hard truth though. Men don't want to use this or think about this, but women always see you before you see them. They're one step ahead on the social cues and status. Yep, this is that's actually a really hard truth that a lot of men don't want to know, and like to kind of elaborate on that a little bit is that they can pick up on like how much you know dating like way quicker than dudes can. So like this sucks to say. This sucks to say. I hate saying this out loud. I really do. But the reality is, a group of girls are 10 times better at knowing if a guy can pull girls than a group of guys. It's just a fact. They can sense it. They have a great sense for it. And they're biologically wired to sense for it and be good at detecting it. Okay? So, I didn't realize that for like a long period of my, high school a little bit, like even the beginning of college to be honest, is I didn't realize how much like they actually like can see, they know it sucks, and you don't you wanna be you like as a young kid, you're like you want to be like no, they don't fucking know anything, but the truth is they don't, like you're right to a certain extent, like there's specific things they're good at and specific things they're not, and here's the reverse effect. I might have to end the stream off of this. Here's the reverse effect. Here's what dudes are really good at knowing. If a girl is like like a whore or not, or like I hate to say it, I shouldn't use that word actually, like slut. Sorry. No, but seriously, like dudes are really good at knowing that shit. Or at least I am. I'm amazing. I'm the best at that shit. I am so fucking good at that stuff. I don't understand how dudes are not good at it. That's the thing. I don't understand how a dude questions shit like that. Like, bro, are you that dumb? Can you not figure this shit out? Like, how are you actually asking her about her past? Or you can't connect the fucking dots? You can't let her talk enough and fucking expose herself within an hour of speaking? Really? Come on, brother. Ask some better fucking questions. Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can learn that shit, so I am so good at detecting that shit. And that's what men are good at detecting. You know why? Because it's a attraction trigger. Same thing for women. So women are good at detecting that shit. They know if you're fake. Yes, they know if you're being authentic or not, dude. And that's the thing, dude. It sucks because you can't figure it out until you fucking figure it out, dude. And like so many dudes but they know, women know when you're not being authentic. They know when you're being fake. They know when you're being fake nice. That's why they hate it. That's why they call out like, "Oh, you're being fake nice. You're just being a nice guy." I hate when guys call themselves nice guys when you're not actually genuinely nice. Like they know. Now, again, and then the reverse effect's like, okay, well, I should just be a dickhead. It's like, well, no, no one ever said that. It's just, why can't you just be yourself? You know what I mean? But also be awesome. Don't be a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Yourself should be improving every single day. Gym, goals, making money, all that different shit. Now go ahead and be yourself. go ahead, because you're interesting now, because you do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go tell you to be yourself if you're fucking playing video games all day and eating Cheetos. Then no, fucking figure some shit out. Be a better version of yourself before you go be yourself. But yeah, no, if you're fucking in the gym, making shit ton of money, well-connected, doing your goals, fuck yeah, be yourself. Simple as that. Every time I go in a live video, my friends always put in the chat and give me a mod. Why do they do that? I don't know. I used to get a lot of people asking for mods, but my mods barely hop in my chats anymore. The key is to not try to true all the pickup artist stuff, but instead actually be that dude women love that way more. That's truth. That's facts, dude. That's facts. That's the facts of the situation, bro. Like, the dudes that are like super concerned, like, oh, do I say this? Do I say that? I'm like, bro, you already lost, because there's some guy out there that is on some NBA team that's saying, hey, come over to some supermodel, and she is just coming over. He's not playing any games. He's not doing it. And I know people don't want to hear that shit. People hate hearing that shit. They don't want to hear it, but that's the facts of the situation. And men don't want to hear it, and women don't want to hear it. Men don't want to hear it because they don't want to hear how easy it is for some men, and that bothers them. And women don't want to hear it because they don't want their shit exposed. They don't want people to know how easy it is for them if you're actually that fucking guy. Okay? So that's the thing. Now, like, and that's why becoming that guy is much better than any of the pickup artist shit. You know what I mean? Like, who would you rather be? Would you rather be some guy with 10 out of 10 pickup artist skills, but he's an average guy, or Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, like, if you had to pick the two, obviously you're not yourself, isn't it? Because I always pick myself in any situation ever. So those two are my only options. I'm picking Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not picking the guy with 10 out of 10 pickup artist skills, because at the end of the day, there's only so much he could do. Because the reality is, most dudes should know this. Like, there is no, like, oh, like, I'm going to get her. I could get any girl to like me. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit, okay? That is not true at all, okay? You can get any girl to maybe respect you, but you cannot get every single woman to be attracted to you, okay? There are specific women that they have a specific type, and you are not that. That's facts. There's nothing you could do about that. Any person that thinks, oh, like no, if anyone, like, no, incorrect. Now, you could see when someone's playing a little harder to get, and you're like, okay, I can figure this shit out. That's a whole different vibe. But that whole idea of that's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's not true. Okay? You're definitely never gonna be everyone's cup of tea. The only video game I play is Call of Duty. I better play it, yeah. But yeah, no, become the guy. Become that guy is 10 times better. Like, and it's like the dating apps situation. It's like if you actually look at the reality of dating apps, there's a group of guys that are the best looking that are going to get most of the matches. And I know this because I was the guy that wasn't getting a bunch of matches. Now I'm the guy that's getting a bunch of matches. So I can see the difference, okay? And the reality is, unfortunately, this sucks to say, it's not good, but the amount of little words that some people have to use to get someone to hang out with you when you have a really good dating profile and you're a good-looking person is very sad, okay? It's very, very sad. Like, you have dudes out here that will go to a bar, buy a woman a bunch of drinks, get her number, take her on a date, take her on another date, and then maybe have chances of something. And then you have guy number 2 that has her in his DMs because he looks so interesting and so awesome that she is willing to go out of her way to get his information. And this is how you know you're good looking too, or not good looking, just your aura's through the roof, and good looks could be a part of that. Especially as a dude, is when a girl approaches you or DMs you, like a good-looking girl, like in an uncomfortable situation, and rejection is very high. That means that they're not afraid of being rejected because you're so good-looking. Like, the reality is, like, if a girl has courage to approach you, that means she really, really likes you, because the reality is, she is afraid to, they're afraid of being rejected unless you're, really good, unless you're really there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's bullshit, and that's not even a good goal. Some dudes really think that's a goal. I know. What if that man's broke? Trying to get every girl to like you is not a good goal. Yeah, it's not. It's also not attractive, actually. It's the most attractive. Like, the funny thing is, like, it's unattractive to try to like appease everyone. So it's like the attractive thing is the idea that some girls are gonna find you really unattractive and some girls are gonna find you really attractive. Like, that's what's actually more attractive. It's like the idea of the discrepancy. Okay? Like, if a lot of girls are like, yeah, he's okay, like he's cool, he's like nice, you're like here. You know what I mean? You want to be like, no, I really don't like that guy. I really don't like what he says. Fuck that guy. Or like, no, he's really hot. Like, I really like what he says. I really like his presence. Like, you want that. It sucks, but it is what it is. Because like, most dudes know what it's like to have the girl say, oh, yeah, he's chill. He's nice. You know what I mean? Like, and this, I always say this, okay? You much rather, here's what you don't want. He's so nice, but. That's not what you want. You want, I don't know why I like him so much. That's kind of what you want. You want them to be a little like, why the fuck do I like this guy? Like, why does this guy have so much control over my brain? Like, well, like, why am I so attracted to this guy? Like, that's the question they should be asking. Not like, oh, he's nice, but like, that's where you're fucked. Just so you know. Just so you know, he's sweet, but he's nice, but you're fucked. You are absolutely fucked. Okay? Because she's about to say everything that there's no spark. Reason there's no spark. Well, and again, this is the issue. It's not like, oh, she didn't like me. She didn't like me because I was too nice. Like, it's not really how it worked. She didn't like you because you weren't anything else. You weren't exciting. You know what I mean? Like, that's not exciting. Being nice isn't exciting. You know what I mean? It's nice, but it's not exciting. Like, you have to think about that for a second. I mean, I have a rule. I mean, they'd rather jump off a bridge than be bored in a relationship. You have to understand that. Like, so, it's kind of like, boredom is death to a certain extent. Boring and boredom is death, but not only that, emotional reactivity is death. So that's the issue, is that you have to figure out how to not be boring while also not being emotionally reactive. Because there's a lot of dudes that are too boring and too, like, just boring and slow, and, unfortunately, they don't have an interesting life, and they're not interesting people, right? And then you have people that are too charismatic, too social, but too emotionally reactive because they're like, it's kind of like, unfortunately, it's a little feminine to be super like social and like charismatic. Like, it sucks to say, but this is kind of the reality situation. That doesn't mean that there's not charismatic dudes out there, obviously, but to a certain extent, this is kind of a feminine trait. Okay, it is what it is. And we know this for a fact. You got to fall into your archetype. Okay, if you're more of the quiet, scary dude in the back, and that's your archetype, and you don't talk much, and that's how you attract women, that's fucking fine. Okay, those dudes do absolutely fine. Okay, we all see the videos of the girls that are like, no, I like the quiet, I like the one that doesn't say anything. Okay, the girls are like quiet dudes for sure, as long as your presence is loud. Okay, that's the reality. That's why I always say, like, if a dude is like super like big, strong, and like scary looking, why the fuck are you like I've seen some dudes do this where they try to act like nice and like normal to like try to like fit in with everyone, and like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you falling into the archetype that, no, like I'm serious, I don't need to talk much. Like, why are you trying to talk and like give away your like soft side to a certain extent? Like, this doesn't make sense. You're fucking yourself up. I know this sounds like weird advice, but it actually, like, to a certain extent, makes sense. But probably gonna end the stream here because we're just talking and yapping at this point. So, hopefully y'all have a great rest of your night. And that's all I gotta say. Peace.